Hello, everybody. Well, it's been a while. I wanted to just explain where I've been, and a lot of you have been sending me messages about when am I going to be coming back on YouTube? When am I going to be doing more of my makeup videos? First of all, I will be explaining all that here. You may have seen the title of this video, and I will be explaining to you a little bit about what I've been going through over the past couple of months. First of all, I want to say welcome. If you are new to my channel, I ask that if you like this content and you want to see more and would like to follow me in this aging process and all the good things, the bad things, the pros, the cons, and just things general in life that bring to you and how you cope with them on a daily basis, click that subscribe and like button, and you will also be notified if you click that bell whenever I upload a new video. Now, I am in no way a pro at doing these videos. It's raw, it's real. And I've had to really make myself get on here and do this video today. The title of this is Will I Ever Feel Normal Again After Surgery? Well, let me just go back and say I've been in the beauty industry since the 80s, working in different department stores in the cosmetics counters like Lancome, Estee Lauder. Let's see, I worked for Shiseido. I worked for Elizabeth Arden. I worked for Clinique. So I worked in the department stores for years in the makeup industry. And then I eventually went on to open my own Merle Norman Cosmetics studio. And I really found that helping other women feel good about themselves was really a part of my ministry. It made me feel good to make other women feel good too. Let's face it, we live in a world where we're judged by everything. The way we look, our size, the way we talk, the way we dress, the way we act, what kind of car we drive, what kind of house we live in. And with social media and all of the effects that young women put on their pictures that they really in real life don't even look like themselves, where we have so much pressure to look a certain way, to be a certain way. And let's face it, women really dress up more for women than they do for men. I don't know why that is, but it's like women are so competitive with each other. And I think that's a problem within the community among women, is that we should uplift each other, empower each other, make each other feel beautiful. We're all unique. We're all different. We're not all a size zero. We don't all look the same. We don't all have the same taste in dress and apparel and things like that. And so there's so much pressure out there to be something that we're not, that we're always out there striving to be better, and we're trying to reach goals that we'll never be able to reach. And so I wanted to bare my heart and bare my soul with you today and share with you some things that's been going on with me over the last couple of months. I have been in the beauty industry for many years, having my own cosmetics studio. And I want to share a quick story with you about how women feel like they don't deserve to take time for themselves. And when you do take time for yourselves, you feel guilty. And I don't know if that's through society that makes us think we're supposed to just give to our family, we're supposed to give to others and to our work and to our community and to our children and to our husband. And at the end of the day, we don't have anything left for ourselves. And we have got to get out of that mentality that we're not important. Because if we give to everybody else and we don't have time for ourselves, we're eventually going to run empty. We're not going to have anything left to give anyone. So don't ever feel guilty for taking care of yourself, for taking time for yourself, to take a good long hot bubble bath, just to give yourself a facial, or paint your toenails or your fingernails, or go get a pedicure or a manicure. Don't ever feel guilty for doing that. You deserve it. You work hard. It's hard. in today's world, to juggle all the things that we have to juggle. Back in the day, women were home. They took care of the home. They cooked, they cleaned, they took care of the kids. Now they have to do double, triple duty. They have to get out and help work and make an income, and they have to take care of the kids and help with homework and cook a good meal and keep the house clean. And it's just like, whoa. So I grew up in the ministry, singing, traveling with my family. My daddy was a pastor. So I've always pretty much been up on a platform of some kind, singing, ministering. I started traveling with a gospel group full time. I've traveled the United States singing and ministering. So at some level, even at a young age, at the age of 3, I started playing and singing on stages. And I've always kind of been up on a platform. And that was extremely hard for me because when I was young, I was extremely shy. So I did it because I had family around me and I didn't have to talk and I didn't have to say anything, but I just sat up there and I played and I sang and I did my thing. But little did I know that God was preparing me, even way back then when I was just a little girl, for what I'm doing today. I'm on social media. I've done a gospel ministry ever since I was a little girl. I've traveled in gospel groups. I've sang by myself. I had a solo ministry for 12 years. So I go to speak at women's events and conferences and stuff like that. And I stand up on these platforms still today, and I speak to hundreds and thousands of people. And so the way that I present myself has always been very important to me. Now, I'm not saying this in an arrogant way at all, but you only have one opportunity to make a good impression on people. And I always want people to know that anything that I do, I'm going to give it my very best. I may fail, it may flop, I may make huge mistakes, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give it my all and I'm going to do my very best at whatever I try to do. So years ago, I started here doing selling jewelry. I had a platform where I sold paparazzi jewelry. I had a platform on Facebook where I sold unique cosmetics. I was into pharmacy cosmetics. I've always been in and around the beauty. I love fashion. I love all the things girly. I love being a woman. I embrace my womanhood. And my husband still opens the car door for me. Am I able to open my own car door? Of course I am. But he likes to do it, and I like for him to do that. I'm glad he still wants to do that. So in a society where we have so much peer pressure to be something that we're not, whether it's through selfies that we doctor up and we don't look anything like ourselves, whether it's through social media for us to be something that we're not, something other than what God created us to be, it's very hard to be real and to be raw. So in saying that, I've always took care of myself. I've always tried to put my best foot forward and take care of everything that God has blessed me with, whether that's my family, my home, my little dog that recently passed away, my husband, my car. I try to keep it up and keep my house clean. So everything that God has blessed me or put into my life, I take pride in that. And the same thing with my health. I've always tried to eat right and exercise and take care of my body. It's the only one I'm ever going to have. So recently, this past year, I've had a lot of health issues. I've had more surgeries this year than I've had over the span of my 67 years. And recently, I had surgery that kind of altered everything for me. And you may be looking at me today thinking something's off with her. Something just doesn't look right. She looks different. Yeah. I have nodules that I have to have removed. I've had 3 surgeries of these nodules that keep growing in my rectal area. I've had 3 surgeries to have those nodules removed, and very painful surgery. They keep coming back. So I've had 3 different surgeries just this year within the 6-month period of time. And on top of that, I've also, over the past 10 years, have nodules that also grow on my eyes. The term is, and you may have heard of it, if not, you can look it up. It's called Saltzman's nodular degeneration. And I found out that I had these nodules when I was trying to wear contact lens. And I was wearing the soft contacts, and when I would put a contact in, I would wear it for a day or so and it would rip. And I thought, why are these contacts continuing to rip? Come to find out, I had these nodules that were growing on my eye, and they had to go in and do surgery and actually scrape. It sounds terrible, so if this is disturbing to you, I apologize. But they actually go in and they scrape with a knife kind of thing those nodules off of your eyeball. Extremely painful. I've had 4 surgeries on this one and only 1 on this one. So this eye has been the one that's given me more problems with the nodules. This past September, I had to have another surgery on my left eye, another nodule removed. This time they chose to do it through laser and not just the scraping process, but to do it with a laser because I've had so many surgeries before. And they were afraid that the scar tissue would continue to build up. This laser may help keep them at bay longer than the previous procedures. But then about 2 weeks later, I noticed that my bottom eyelid was starting to droop. It was actually pulling away from my eyeball. And every day it was getting worse and worse. So I went back to my doctor and I was developing this thing called ectropion, Ectropian. Ectropion is where your eyelid comes away from your eyeball and it exposes your cornea and your eye. It's extremely painful. The wind, the pollutants, the sun, everything was such an irritant, and my eye was continually to be red and tearing and just painful. So I had to go back in, and what they did is they had to actually stitch up my eye. They put 2 stitches, one in the middle of my eye and one on the outer corner of my eye. And they were hoping that that would bring that eyelid back up to its normal position. I did that. I also had to go in and have steroid shots in my eyes to where the scar tissue had built up and the scar tissue had contracted, and that was what was causing my eyelid to pull down. The steroid shots were painful enough, and it helped a little bit, but it still was not doing anything to raise up my lower eyelid. So I had that done 3 different times, going into surgery, having the old stitches removed to see what was going on, having it put back in. So this past Monday, he said the only other alternative is to put in permanent stitches to cut out some of that scar tissue and cartilage and just to sew that eyelid up to where it needs to be. But on the negative side of that, that's going to make this eye much smaller than my right eye. So he said, in order to make your eyes symmetrical, I'm going to have to go in and also stitch up the outer corner of the good eye. So I've been dealing with wearing patches over my eye. I've been dealing with not going out in public. I've been dealing just sitting in the house for over 2 months since September. And the depression set in on me because everything in my life was changed at that moment. The things that I did, I couldn't do my video podcast. I was in such a depressed state. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was going down this deep, dark tunnel of depression that I struggle with. And depression is something that I have struggled with in the past. And when you get in that place, it is so hard to pull yourself out. And I was determined I was not going to take medication for it. I've taken it in the past, And it was hard to wean myself off of that. And I thought, I know with God's help, I can do this. I can get over this. I can get through this because my Bible tells me that with God, all things are possible. And that no matter what we go through in life, He's going to go through these things with us. And I knew there was a purpose for the things I was going through. I knew there was a purpose. There was something for me to learn during this time of being still, of having to learn to be patient when I'm not good with that. I wanted this to be over with and done with so I could get on with life. But that was not the way it was. He said, the only thing that's going to take care of this is time and patience. And even that didn't correct it. So for me to come on here today and opening my heart to you and showing you that I'm different now, it's difficult because I look in the mirror and I don't see the person that used to be looking back at me in the mirror. My eyes are different. I look different. I feel different. I feel insecure. I don't feel pretty anymore. And I know you're going to say, oh, it's not all about looks and oh, don't be so shallow. And I understand all that. And I'm not a shallow person. I'm just saying I'm being real and I'm being raw. And if you've ever experienced any kind of event in your life, whether it's having some kind of surgery where you've lost your hair, whether you've had cancer and you've lost your eyebrows, whether it's having to have a mastectomy and having your breasts removed, whatever it is, something that has altered your body and has made you feel less than the woman that you were, or you look at yourself differently, or you feel differently and you just don't feel normal, or you don't feel yourself. And I'm here today to encourage you. I'm not here to wallow in the things I've been through. I'm not here to have people pity me because I don't want anyone's pity. I'm here to say that we all go through things in life. And, I look at the positives of this. What if I'd lost my vision? And that could have happened. What if it could have been something much, much more intense, much worse? There's so many other people out there dealing with so many more things that's more serious than what I've been going through. And I don't want to discount that at all. And in the big scheme of things, mine is really trivial, but it was important to me and it was huge for me. And I'm here today to encourage you that make yourself get up and take time for yourself. I didn't put on makeup for probably almost 2 months. I didn't wear makeup, and I do makeup every day. I get up, I do my shower, I get up every morning and I put my makeup on, my earrings, my jewelry. I get dressed whether I'm going anywhere or whether I'm not. That's just the way I've always been. Even as a teenager, I've always gotten up and gotten dressed. But for almost 2 months, I didn't want to put makeup on. I didn't want to put clothes on. I just wanted to wear my pajamas or my sweatpants and wear my hair up on top of my head in a bun. And I didn't want to do anything. Sorry about that. I should have turned that off. I was wallowing in depression. And I had to make myself get up and do what I normally do. I had to try to find my new normal. And when I finally got up, my husband and I went to Gatlinburg on a trip. He said, let's just go and get out of town. And that way you won't know anybody. Nobody will know you. If you feel like going out in public, we will. If you don't, we won't. Just put on sunglasses. And so we did. And we had to cut our trip short because my stitch came out and I had to come back to the doctor. But when we went to Gatlinburg, I started putting my makeup on. I started dressing up a little bit and I started feeling more like myself. And still today, even the stitches that are still there, I got up today and I put my makeup on and I put my clothes on and I got out and I ran a few errands. And I'm trying to get back to my new normal. Do I look the same? No. Will I ever look the same as I did before? No, I won't. Things have changed. But it doesn't mean that I can't still be the best that I can be, no matter what happens. We can still be the best that we can be, whatever adversities that we are faced with. And I want to encourage you today that whatever you're going through, take time for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel like you just want to be alone, but don't stay there. Don't stay there. Make yourself get up. Put on those clothes. Do what you normally do, but don't feel guilty about taking time for yourself. And so I'm bearing my heart with you today, and I'm here to share my story because I know there are so many of you out there that have reached out to me that have gone through cancer surgery this year. A lady texted me the other day and sent me a message and told me, she said, I'm sorry you've been going through that. She said, this has been the year for a lot of that. And there's so much cancer out there right now. Cancer is on the rise like never before. And we're all going through different things in life, whether it be ourselves or a family member or a loved one or a friend. And be sure that if you know someone that's going through something like that, reach out to them. Let them know that you care. Let them know you're praying for them. Let them know that there will be a brighter day. There will be a light at the end of their tunnel. We won't always stay in this place, but we have to try. I could still be in there in my bed if I was really being honest with you. I could still be laying in the bed, not putting my best foot forward, not trying to be my normal self, even though now it's a new normal. But this is the cards that I've been dealt with, and I'm going to play my hand. And I'm going to play it, and I'm going to do the best I can with it. So I just want to let everybody know that's been asking me, where have you been? Why are you not doing any videos? Because I also do Facebook videos as well. And I just wanted to touch base with everybody and let you know where I've been, and to also encourage you, especially during the holidays. This is a time that we get together with family and friends, and it's a time of joy and celebration. Celebrate the birth of our precious Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So don't let the toils of life get you down. There will be a better day. Put your best foot forward, no matter what you're going through. Try to find your new normal and get back into this thing called life. I hope this will encourage you if you're going through a struggle, and it doesn't have to be health related. I can also say that I've been through divorce. I've been through family issues and family breakups and relationships that were severed, and I've suffered financial problems in my life. I've suffered all kinds of obstacles. So no matter what you're going through, it doesn't have to be health related. It can be anything that you're going through that causes you to be stressed out, causing you to find yourself in a dark place. Make sure you put your best foot forward. Get up, make yourself, and you'll be glad you did. So I hope this is a little encouraging to you. I hope that you'll take time for yourself, not only through the holidays, but all the time. And don't ever let anyone make you feel guilty for doing so. God has told us that this body is our holy temple, and we are to protect it. We are to take care of it and do the best that we can with it. And so don't ever feel guilty for doing that. It's not arrogance. It's being thankful and being prideful of what God has blessed you with and taking care of the blessings that God has given you. So I pray that every one of you have a wonderful holiday. I pray that you're not alone. I pray that whatever you're going through, that you will find peace about it, and understand that so many others out there are going through the same things. May look a little different, may be a little different, but we all have our own burdens to bear. So I pray that your holiday, your Christmas, will be a blessed one. It will be full of joy, and that you will find happiness even in dark times. Concentrate on the positive. because all it takes is for you to look around and see someone else in such a worse condition than you are. And that's what we can be thankful for. So thank you for watching. If you like this video and you want to share it with someone that you know is going through something right now, please do so. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that I'll be coming back to do more makeup videos and just videos about life as a woman and growing older and aging and accepting the aging process and dealing with the hands that we're dealt in life. Sometimes they blindside us, they come out of nowhere, and we're faced with important decisions that we have to make. So, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed holiday, and I hope to see y'all soon. Bye.